Okay, some useful complex numbers for multiple choice exams. Um, Given z equal 4 plus I, we have to find the modulus of z. We should find the modulus of z. This symbol means the modulus, the magnitude of z. In general, any complex number can be written in this form: a plus ib, right? Or x plus iy. A and b both are real numbers. I is an imaginary number. So, if we want to find the modulus of this complex number, if we are finding the modulus of this complex number, z, it's written as that, modulus of z. The rule says, I will not explain now how we found this, but directly we can find it. It's always radical a square plus b square. So the real numbers we have, we square the first, then we square the second, and we add them inside the radical sign. This is the rule. If we can apply it on any complex number, this z here is 4 plus I. So what is its magnitude? What is its modulus? What is A first? A is 4, right? And what is B? And don't tell me I. B is 1. A is equal to 4 and B is equal to 1 because 1 is the number multiplied with I, the imaginary number. B is the number which is multiplied with the imaginary number. It's a real number, B. So what is its modulus? Simply that. Radical a square plus b square. This means 4 square plus 1 square. And the answer will be radical 16 plus 1. That is radical 17. It's done. Number 2. Calculate x and y if z equal w. Let's see what is z and what is w. Z is simply 3 minus 6yi. 3 minus 6yi. What is that? What do we mean by that? Z equal 3 minus 6i yi. This means it's a minus, it's a plus ib. This means it's a complex number, right? It's a complex number. Z is a complex number. There is I imaginary part. W is also a complex number. There is imaginary part. And x and y are real numbers. These are numbers, real numbers, x and y. I only is the imaginary number, right? That's great. So, how to find x and y if z equal w? Always when we have two complex numbers are equal, this means the real part of the first complex number is equal to the real part of the second complex number. Since z equal w, this means real part equal real part, right? And imaginary part of z equal imaginary part of w. That's great. What is the real part of z? The real part of z is 3. A is the real part. A. And what is the real part over here? The number which is not multiplied with I is real. This means 3 equal, this means 3, let's say here, equal 18x. And what's that mean? We can divide by 3 both sides, right? 3 equal 18x. Divide by 3 both sides. We got that we can divide, by 18 both sides directly, right? To get rid of the 18 over here. So x will be equal 3 divided by 18, which is 1 divided by 6 after we simplify. So we found x. We found x. Now, what is the imaginary part here? The imaginary part is minus 6yi equal to 6x minus 2yi. We take only the real number, which is minus 6y, the multiplied with I here, is equal 6x minus 2y, the number multiplied with I there. And we already found x, which is 1 over 6. All right, let me take y to the same side. Here we have minus 6y, and we get minus 2y to its side, it will be plus 2y equal 6x, right? What is minus 6y plus 2y? It's minus 4y equal 6x, and x is 1 over 6. 6 cancel. What we got is 4y equal 1. We divide by minus 4 both sides to have only y, so y will be equal to minus 1 over 4. Y will be equal minus 1 over 4. This is the answer. We found x and we found y. If those are multiple choice, for multiple choice, we will have some choices. The correct choice will be when x equal 1 over 6 and y equal minus 1 over 4. All right, we still have time to do number 3. We have I to the power 50. I to the power 50. We should simplify it. I like that. Let me go and explain. We still have a little bit time. Let me go and explain over here, let's say. Okay, let's do it over here. I to the power 50, right? We need to find I to the power 50. Let's start from the beginning. First, what is I to the power 0? What is I to the power 0? I to the power 0 is 1. A non-zero number to power 0 equal 1. What is I to the power 1? It's I. What is I to the power 2? It's minus 1. What is I to the power 3? What is I to the power 3? It's I to the power 2 times I. So I to the power 2 is minus 1 times I. The answer is minus I. So I power 3 is equal to minus I. What is I to the power 4? It's simply I squared, right? And I squared is minus 1. This is the main thing we should know. The I squared equal minus 1 is the most important thing we should know about imaginary numbers. Let us imagine there exists an imaginary number. If we square it, it gives us minus 1. So it's I power 4 is my I squared, and I squared is minus 1. Again to the power 2, the answer will be equal to 1. And this is very important now. What I'm saying here is very important. Let's continue. I'll be back for that. It's I power 5. I power 5, it's I power 4 times I. And I power 4 is 1, we just found it. So 1 times I, it's I. What is I to the power 6? I to the power 6, we can say it's I squared to the power 3. And what is I squared? It's minus 1 to the power 3. The answer is minus 1. Minus 1 multiplied with itself 3 times is minus 1. I power 7, I'm almost there. I power 7, it's I to the power 6 times I if you want. Right? I power 6, I just found it as minus 1 times I, so the answer is minus I. I to the power 8. I to the power 8. It's I to the power 4, we have it as 1 squared. 4 times 2 is 8. And I power 4 is 2, then 1 squared, it's 1. Look at that. This is very important now. I power 8 is equal, I power 8 is equal also to 1. So what do we have here? I power 4 is 1. I power 8 is 1. If we continue, we are going to find I to power 12 as I to the power 16, as I to the power 20, etc. All are equal to 1. So, if the exponent is a power of 4, is a multiple, let's say, sorry, it's not power, is a multiple of 4. If the exponent is 4, 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. This means the answer of I power 12 is 1. I'm running out of time in this video. The time is only 10 minutes for each video. So what we have to find here is I power 50. Simply, we've got the number, the greatest number we can get nearest to 50, and it is a multiple of 4, which is 48. And what left is I power 2, because I power 48 times